Hey guys, what's up? For a bit of a different type of video, I thought it might be fun to, well, try something new. In this particular example I have for you today, I'm actually covering it with this bag. But remember a few weeks back when I did the laptop eulogy and we said goodbye to some older laptops that were, going away forever to the great recycling in the sky? Well, today's kind of the opposite, or maybe not the opposite, more of the inverse of that. So instead of looking at laptops one last time to say goodbye before they're thrown out, I figured it might be fun to go through laptops and look at them and maybe try to restore them if they need it. Just kind of look at the ones I have in my collection, talk about them a little bit, and how I came to own them, if I have any personal history with it, etc. Or if I just think it's an interesting computer, which is more the case for this first one here. But without any further ado, let's get on to it. Well, and in case you're wondering how I have, this case or whatever, pretty much every laptop case I have, I get at Goodwill, because you can usually get them for $10 or less, which, is pretty good when you're just looking for cases. And most of them, or at least the ones that I find, are usually in pretty good shape. So let's check out the first one. And it might surprise you that the first one I'm picking to look at is actually a Mac. Hey guys, sorry about that little hiccup there. Two things happened. First, FedEx came with a package for me, which, yes, we will look at later. And then somebody rolled up and wanted directions to somewhere across town. And they didn't speak good English, so I had to try to explain it to them. I printed out directions, so hopefully they can find their way there. Hopefully. But, yes. Anyways, like I was saying, you might be surprised. This is an Apple laptop, and it is the first one that I'm going to show off. This is an Apple PowerBook G3. In the community, it's known as a Lombard. And, well, honestly, I don't know all that much about it. You can see it's pretty scratched up here on the lid. And from what I'm told, this has one of two distinct origins, and I'm not sure which one is the correct one, because I haven't really messed with it yet. Origin possibility the first is that this was something that was found in a storage locker that was purchased by a friend of mine's grandfather, and then was left to languish in their house until he passed. At which point they found it and released custody of it to me because, I mean, well, who else are they going to give an old Apple laptop to? And yeah, that's about the long and end of that possibility. The other distinct possibility is that this belonged to their grandfather and he used it. Once again, we're not really sure which it was, but either way, it's in my possession. Let's just kind of go over the physicality of it. I had the charger plugged in because I was... Get out of there. I was hoping maybe this thing would pick up some power. You can see there's the... from my little yo-yo charger here. So, this thing is pretty beat up, a lot of scratches. Definitely wouldn't be museum grade quality or anything, but considering I got it for free, I'm not going to complain. Starting with the side that's in the best condition, probably. You can see there's very little wrong over here. Maybe a little bit of dust. And look at that. A card bus slot, so we can add Wi-Fi to this thing. How exciting. On the rear, you can see the little latch that's supposed to cover all these ports is long since left the building. But it does get two USB 1 ports, built-in Ethernet, which is very nice. I believe that's a SCSI port. Yeah, I believe that's what that symbol means, is it's a SCSI port. We have S-Video out, VGA, and a built-in modem, not that that's ever going to get used these days, as well as audio in and audio out. Oh, and the AC jack. Oh, and over here we have an infrared port, so you can sync it with your Newton, because, people had Newtons, I guess. Over here is the optical drive, and holy optical drive covers. This one's naked. Not to worry though. I actually do have the door for it. Unfortunately, it looks like the button has fallen out at some point, and this really has seen much better days. But we're not going to worry about that, because again, this was free. I'm okay with an ugly DVD drive as long as it works. Then nothing exciting there. And the bottom even has its own Apple on it. I forgot Mac laptops used to do that. They used to put an Apple on the bottom too. Opening this up to the inside, you can see the screen where, look, there's another Apple at the top. Isn't that cool? And for its age, it actually has quite a big screen. Like, I'm kind of impressed by how huge this display is. And the keyboard is where it gets its official Apple nickname, which is the Bronze Key. I know, it's kind of weird, but they call it the Bronze keyboard. And yep, this feels just as good as pretty much any other Apple laptop to type on, which is very good, actually. Except for the butterfly. I hear those are dreadful, but that's another story. That's neither here nor there. But for what this is, it's awesome. Now, to be completely honest with you, I don't know if this thing's powers on or not. I kind of wanted to save that for a video, so I could be just as surprised as the rest of you. But seeing as there's no charging indication on this LED, kind of have my doubts that it's going to power on, but you never know. Maybe the battery's just dead. And sure enough, yeah, there is no reaction from that power button. Well, that could be a few things. It could even be my AC adapter, because admittedly, I did get this thing from some kind of weird program years ago, where like you got points for watching commercials and then you could buy stuff other people were selling, and I used it to get this, thinking it was a G4 power supply, and it wasn't, and was useless to me for many years. So who knows, maybe sitting in a box for the past 15 years with no power coming in or out of it messed it up. Of course, it could also be this thing is stone cold dead. I really don't know. Because, well, looking at the inside, it's not as if it really fared too much better than the outside. You might have noticed the keyboard was flexing a bit as I typed, and that's entirely because of this piece right here. This metal piece. Ugh, does not quite fit on properly, and I'm not sure why. Mostly because I have no idea how it stopped fitting properly. But looking inside of here, we have a few interesting observations, such as the fact that this daughter board doesn't feel quite like it's on there, correct? Oh, maybe that was stopping it from turning on. Also, I should probably unplug it while we're messing around in its guts, huh? Oh my god. Man, that power jack is so tight. Oof. Check it out. We got the hard drive over here. It's a Toshiba. And it is 6 gigabytes. Wow, so much space. 6 whole gigs. At least it's IDE, so we can actually replace it with something. Unlike the earlier Apple laptops that used SCSI, which you really had no chance in hell of replacing. Oh, I see. This daughter board is the one that has the processor on it. Yeah, it's right under this thing right here, which has what feels like it used to be thermal grease or like a heat pad or something. I'm not super familiar with how these are put together. Okay, yeah, so it's definitely a daughter card. That's your G3 right there. That's your G3 processor. And apparently it also hosts the RAM, which is interesting. I didn't know that. But I'm wondering if maybe this RAM is the problem. There we go. 512 megs. Pretty densely populated stick, too. So I'm going to try this piece right here. It's only 256 megs, but hey, you know what? If it brings Humpty Dumpty back to life, that'll be cool. I don't even know what the maximum RAM on this thing is. So, hey, cool. Let's just find out if it works, huh? And I guess it has 64 megs built in of RAM. Yeah, this thing is really bugging me. I want to take that off, but I'm afraid if I take it off, I'll never get it back on. And since that appears to be the only way that this laptop can disperse heat, I don't want to remove it if I don't have to. The other thing too is because I can't get this cover quite on quite right. And it mostly comes down to the fact I don't know. Oh, wait a minute, there's a bent corner. Maybe that's why. Let's try straightening out that corner real quick and see if that helps our case. Okay. And does it fit now? No, it does not. I feel like it kind of goes on better now than it did, but yeah. Something's still not quite clicking right with this thing. And, you know, again, I'm not really expecting this to come out perfect or anything. I more or less just want this to be able to power on again. I think if I can at least get that kind of reaction out of it, I'll be happy. You know, happy being a relative term in this case. I want to make sure that's socketed in there good, because I'm wondering if maybe that was why it didn't want to turn on before. And yeah, okay, so that's definitely the way it's supposed to go, which means these little fingers on the end have to really dig in. So yeah, get those in there. And yeah, see, it doesn't want to fit the way it's supposed to. And it's annoying because I'm all but certain that's how it's supposed to go, because look how perfectly that fits in there. But the problem comes from the fact that I'm not sure why it doesn't want to fit as nice and flush as it used to. I'm almost wondering if maybe I just got to bend some of the metal back until it wants to fit. And you know, if it wasn't for the fact that this doubles as a heat sink, I would just say screw it, we don't need the RF shield. But again, you know, doubles as the heat sink, and yeah, computers like to not be hot. They're very picky that way. So I'm just going to kind of bend the metal in just a tad and see if I can get that to fit. And before anybody comments, I know this isn't the proper way to do this, but this is my machine. I will do what I want with it. And yeah. Because it's metal, I can always bend it back anyway. It's not like, you know. Oh yeah, look at that. It's finally starting to fit in again. So yeah, that was definitely the right approach for this problem, I think. Sometimes a cheap rusty pair of pliers that you found while walking the dog are the right tool. And there we go. Yeah, that's better. That's how it's supposed to fit. And now, sure enough, once the keyboard's down, it doesn't flex anymore. So that's brilliant.
Okay. We'll run down the store.
Okay. Somebody came by and asked for directions to the casino earlier.
You're kidding.
No, just like some Filipino guy.
For San Manuel, is that what they're looking for?
Yeah, the one up there by Walmart.
Yumbaball.
Yeah, he's like, I'm trying to find this place, and he shows me that he like wrote the address down wrong, and so I was like, where is this? And eventually I figured out he meant the casino and printed him directions.
Yeah.
So he should be on his way now, but
That's funny. You should get a kickback from the casino. Right? He's probably got them.
is that the battery over there? Yeah, that's the battery over there. How do I get it out? Oh. Weight saving device. System weight. That's funny. Okay. Here, we will resume in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. One more minor interruption as people leave the house. That's okay. And I was wondering, why I'm not even getting like a charge LED. So I wanted to take a look at the battery, pulled it out, and yeah. If you can't read that, it says Macintosh PowerBook G3 series weight saving device. So it's a dummy. In other words, this thing has no battery. No battery. This is just a hunk of plastic. I don't know if it used to have a battery and it's been removed, or what the deal with that is, but let's try now that I've kind of... Ooh. I saw an LED light up for a minute there. Will it turn on? What do you guys think? No chime. Let's see, does it... Oh, okay. So that explains that. The power jack seems faulty on this unit. Yeah, okay. I'm going to say that's what it is. The power jack is a little messed up. And if it's like... Oh, God. So another laptop I used to have, and I actually, pulled it out of the trash at one point, was a G3 clamshell. And it had this same stupid power jack. Of course, that one had much different problems than this one has. But I might be able to use the knowledge I gained from that to help fix this. Because I have a feeling a lot of that knowledge is going to transfer just fine here. We just have to figure out how to open this. And I'm trying to remember, because this thing has a weird lack of screws in it. And I don't know if that's something I did, or if that's how this came to me. I have a feeling it's probably how it came to me. Like, it probably had an issue, and the previous owner tried to fix it and couldn't. I mean, would we really be surprised if that were the case? I'm going to say at this point, probably not. Where's my T15? Because I think that's probably either a T10 or a T15. Okay, T15. Too big. Okay, so it's definitely a T10. Unfortunately, my T10 is stuck in this plastic thing where the side got put on incorrectly. So I'm going to have to try to... Oh, I can just do this. There we go. That is not how this is supposed to open, but seeing as it appears to be messed up, I'll put that back on right later. What fun we have here in the garage. Oh, it's too big for a T10. Oh, it's even smaller. Okay. You know, I think before I go any further, I should probably look up a disassembly guide. Lombard disassembly. Cool. So, take me to... Sure, the PRAM battery. I want to take a look at that. Oh, there's like a little lock on the back? Okay, it was already unlocked. So I guess there's a little lock switch that holds the keyboard in place. See, like I said, it shows you how well I know this PC. In other words, I frankly don't. And here's the PRAM battery, which has somehow fallen into obscurity under the DVD drive, which I don't think it's supposed to be all the way down there. Okay. Huh. Can I pull the... Okay, so the keyboard just kind of... Oh, that's not the keyboard, that's the trackpad. Either way, that kind of just pops out easy. But I want to see more than just the PRAM battery. I also want to see the... Oh, shoot. And unfortunately, they didn't give any instructions on how to remove the DVD drive. I keep saying DVD drive. This is probably just a CD drive. Honestly. The other thing I want to do is... Yeah. Lift up the heatsink. I want to look at the other side of this little daughter board here and see what's going on with it. Pull the battery cable directly up. Yeah, and the battery's like glued down somewhere in here. Feels like it's stuck somewhere. So I'm wondering if I can get that. Alright, whatever. Oh, shoot. Yeah, shoot. Oh, interesting. Okay. So I guess this is a dual-sided board? Okay. I'm going to try giving it a nice reseat and see if that does anything for it. And I still haven't gotten my screwdriver back from Henry yet. I'm going to have to do that. But he hasn't finished using it yet, so I haven't taken it from him yet. I guess he'll be done sooner or later, right? If you're wondering what he's doing with it, he's actually replacing the sticks in a PS2 controller for unrelated reasons. There we go. Not sure why that step was necessary. Okay. So it wants me to use a spudger to pull it out. I think I have a plastic one in here somewhere. Ah, I just saw it. Right here. So where does it recommend? Processor's right side. So yep, over here. Oh yeah, I felt that come out. I felt that pop. Oh, there's like a little tab there. Okay. Oh yeah, sure enough, there's the release for it. Is that the processor right there? Huh. Okay. How much is on this side? You know what? It doesn't actually say how much is in this. So I got 256 megs right there. I'm gonna look up this RAM here and see if I can't find out anything about it. So let's see. This is a Hyundai. Yes, that Hyundai, the automaker. 9940. 40 RAM. Okay, I think I found it. HYM. Okay, that's the desktop version. Hyundai HYM 7V64801. This is 64 megabytes of PC100 memory. Let's upgrade that, shall we? So according to every Mac, it appears as though the max RAM for this is 512 megabytes. So we can't use that plus this 512 meg stick, which, speaking honestly, I don't even know if this thing works. So let's take a peek at my other RAM and see if I have another 256 meg stick in here. 128 meg, okay, that's possible right there. 128 meg again, okay. Not sure what's going on with that one. Ooh, this is a tiny one. 32 megs, okay. So we didn't mind being low memory, I guess. Here's another probably 32 meg stick. Here we go, another 256 meg stick. Here we go, two 256 megs. So I'm going to put the this one on top, on the bottom, since that one was original to the machine, I believe. Yes, the 512 meg stick was one that I actually added in after the fact. This one is an original to it, so I'm going to put that one on the bottom since we know it works. Well, we hope it works. And I'll put one of my other 512 megs. That's DDR2. That's very clearly not. Neither one of those are DDR. Yeah, those are both very clearly DDR2. Like, compare that to this very clearly labeled ADATA DDR2. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Where's that 128 meg stick I pulled out earlier? Fortunately, it's not as if this thing gets dual channel or anything like that that we have to worry about. So, I think that's okay. Okay. So yeah, very interesting design in that the whole processor is on a card with the RAM. Very interesting. But I'm not going to stop there. I'd like to keep going. Because I would like to examine the power. So, yep, we've taken it apart thus far. Yeah, we've pried that out. Disconnect the keyboard cable. Okay. Yep, and see there's a little loop for it, and that just comes right out. I like how it's just like a nice little pin grid there. Makes replacing the keyboard a lot easier, I assume. And So we're going to have to remove the hard drive, it looks like. So, it wants me to remove this part of it, which, oh, hey, look at that. That's another interesting design. Huh. Okay, Apple. I can dig what you're throwing down here with that, even if that was sticky and horrible. Just you, very unpleasant to touch. I'm getting so many reminders of things I'm watching on eBay. A couple of them are really cool, but I don't have the money to spend on the things. Okay, so it wants me to lay the display flat, like this. And it wants me to pull this up. Oh. Yeah, maybe the spudger would be better for this. Maybe that would help. Or maybe it won't. I mean, I guess it would if I could get it into the right spot, but it doesn't want to cooperate. Okay. Come on. Oh, come on. Alright, come on. Come on. Come on. Maybe I can just, yeah, do it like that. There. That works. Okay. Interesting. The button is just like a micro switch covered by rubber. I gotta say, I did not expect that. Ugh. So next it wants me to remove that. Okay, that's done. Oh, it wants me to take the inverter out? Really? Okay. What's it say? If it's left end, push the left end forward. And lift the board up. What? Oh, I see. There we go. You can just unplug those. Okay. Those inverter boards have been a source of agony working on laptops, let me tell you. Oh, great. Now we got to remove some torque screws. Oh, wonderful. Okay. These are tiny Torx, too. And I got to remove all 4 of them. Let's see. That's too small. Looks like the size is T6. Wish it would have said that. It's one of those things it neglected to tell me. Now that I'm taking more screws out, I'm actually going to have to organize them somewhat. Alright, screw containers, come back. So, you might recall me saying earlier that I haven't really tried to power this on or anything. That much is certain, but I did certainly take a look in here when I got it, and at least give it a surface clean, because let me tell you, when I first got it, this thing was disgusting. And I don't know if that's a function of the way it was stored or what, but it was pretty gross. Let me tell you. So allegedly I can just lift and the display should oh! Oh! Oh, nifty. Okay. Well, if nothing else, I really like the way this was built. That's cool. I like that. That's good engineering. This is legitimately a good job Apple moment. So now... Oh. 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 Is it the same size? Okay. No, it's bigger. Is this one the same size? Okay, so the... Nope, it's bigger. Is it a T8? Yes, it is. Okay, come on. Get out of there. Ugh. So yeah, this design is both really cool and kind of confusing, I've got to say. Like, it's really cool how relatively repairable this is, especially compared to modern Apple designs. Like, holy crap. Remembering back to trying to fix the iPod again, which, and no, I will not let that go. That was horrible. This is infinitely more repairable. And it's interesting to see Apple's design, like, engineering language from a time when they still believed in people being able to fix their own stuff. I think that's one of the most interesting parts about this. Man, you can definitely tell some of these screws have never been out before, because they do not like to turn. I'm hoping, at the very least, that the drive will have some stuff on it. Like maybe some applications. Because, not gonna lie, I don't have any... Well, that's not strictly true. I have a few. So maybe I should say I don't have many classic Mac applications. Rather than I don't have any, I don't have many. I think I might have like an archive of them from that iBook G3, the clamshell one, but honestly, I wouldn't count on it. Okay. And seeing as all the screws on the bottom are long gone, I have no... Again, I don't know if that was me losing them or if it was just like that when I got it. I seriously don't remember. I think we can try prying apart the casing now. There's something stuck. What's stuck? Oh, there's 2 more screws I need to get out, but I haven't because the optical drive is in the way. And I believe the optical drive was supposed to come out pretty easy. It just never did. Let's see, do I have a long flat tip I can use for this? Or did I get rid of all my flat tips? Seriously, I didn't keep any flat tips at all? That seems like an oversight on my part. Okay, I might have one in this container. Indeed I do. Okay. So let's see if I can't convince this to come out. And this is another one of those things I think would be way easier if the... Oh, hold on a minute. Why don't I do it this way? Oh, shoot. Yeah, this is one of those things that would be way easier if, you know, this thing wasn't already in such rough shape to begin with. Oh, here, I think actually I can do that and grab it. Fuck. Need to stop dropping this. think I can just grab it from here and give it a little tug. No? Doesn't want to come. But why, though? What's convincing you to stay in place? I do not quite understand. Oh, look, some glue. Factory glue. Okay, yeah, the optical drive does not want to come out. It is fighting for its life to stay in here. Which is weird, because I was under the impression that these things are supposed to come out pretty easy. Oh. Oh, wait a minute. Was I just prying at the wrong spot or something? Is that why? Get out of there. Get out. Nope. Okay, so I think it's actually, like, still... Okay, hold on. Hold on a minute. Why can't I get the optical drive out? Seriously, this thing just does not want to come out. And there's screws in here, and I'm not sure if the screws are holding in the optical drive or if they are... Oh, look at that. It finally decided to come out. I only had to fight at it for like 10 minutes. And yep, sure enough. Oh, it's a DVD-ROM module. Oh, it is a DVD drive. Well, aren't we fancy, Apple? But that took way more effort than it should have. Not gonna lie. Now I can finally get a look at that PRAM battery situation. And yep, sure enough, it just seems to be two 2032s tied together in series. So, yeah, might replace that, might not. I don't know. Don't know if it's really necessary, honestly. Okay. And honestly, I'm just still kind of blown away by how difficult it was to get the optical drive out for no good reason. Like, seriously, how many times are you taking apart a computer and you have the optical drive be the thing that, like, stops you in your tracks? I cannot think of the last time something like that happened. Okay, something's in this corner. Oh. There we go. Hey, okay. Yep. And looks like we have some cables to disconnect. This side. Okay. Get off there. Hey, okay, now we're getting somewhere. Look at that. Oh, and there's the built-in speakers. Still just as, tinny and terrible as they probably ever were. Let's be real here. Oh, and here's how that locking mechanism works on the keyboard. So it's just a screw that screws into a point on the keyboard somewhere. Oh, see, it moves this right here, and then that can move down and stop this from lifting. Ah, okay. Clever. And it looks like the manufacture date here, the 20th of October. October 20th, 1999. Ah, look at that. So this here PowerBook was a contemporary to the Dreamcast, at least in North America. Cool. Okay, so at this painful point, we've gotten down to the bare PCB. And look how they accomplished the mouse button. Like, I need to make sure this is in frame because this is hilarious. So this right here is your whole mouse button. Because if you look in here, there's no button for, like, you have the trackpad here, but all this does is just push up against this micro switch. That's your mouse button. Oh, that's funny. Okay, and now here's the power board. That's the part I'm interested in. So let's continue, because it looks like there's still a few more things we got to do. Which hopefully doesn't include moving this metal frame, because that doesn't look like it's meant to come out. Oh, look at the cute little exhaust fan here. It's so adorable. Okay. Grasp the power cord. Near the black plastic shield. Or the center. Oh, interesting. So the laptop, or the button here. Oh, wait a minute. That's for this. That's not what I'm interested in this right here. I want to look at that jack. I want to get a good look at that. So I think I'm going to have to switch my disassembly guide here to just the motherboard. The motherboard. I know I saw instructions for it. Heatsink, lowercase p, RAM, PC card, modem, power card, sound card, uppercase. Oh, I thought I saw directions for that. Maybe I can get the PC card cage instructions and it'll teach me how to take out the motherboard here. Yep, so far so good. Okay, yep. So it looks like, regardless, we have to take this board out, which, not super thrilled about that, but yeah, you know. It's what you gotta do, I guess. Oh, hey, look at that. Power board is off. Wow, so yeah, in addition to just being the mouse button, like I said, this is also where batteries can be accepted. And look at that, 2 batteries. And yet this one came with 0 batteries, despite the fact it could accommodate 2. Let's not think about that too much. Okay, so this metal framing is what's really scaring me right now. And I do mean that. I don't see a... Am I tripping? Oh, interesting. So there's a nut right here. And a Torx screw here. Oh yeah, you can tell nobody's ever been this deep into here before. Because the screws at this depth are practically screaming at me, "Don't take me out, you bastard!" And I have to go, "I'm sorry, I must do my duty." And the modem is getting in my way. I could just see if I can disconnect it, which I can. Okay, good. I was going to say, if I can't disconnect it, personally, I don't mind if the modem doesn't work. You know, we're far past the time when that would be a necessary thing to have for this machine. So, and at last, I can get to the power card. Okay. Come on. Get out of there. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Hot glue. Oh no, somebody has been in here. Look at that. They're using hot glue to hold bits of it together. Okay. Now, what about this power jack here? You know, it actually doesn't seem like there's anything wrong with it. Let me unplug the AC adapter from the wall. And I'm going to try putting this in and see if I see anything unusual. Okay. It kind of worked better when I messed with it a little. Also, very interesting, they have the audio imports on the same board as the DCN. Yeah, so it's just as tight, but let me take that off for a minute there. I almost wonder if I can just get a new one of this board right here. I wonder, because I bet this board is what's causing it to not power on correctly. PowerBook G3 Lombard. We're going to search eBay and see if we can't find a replacement for that board right there. Okay, so I found a replacement AC board for it. The bad news of that is it's gonna cost $26 plus $4 shipping. Tell you what, I'm gonna try putting Humpty Dumpty back together again and see if I can't coax a little bit of life out of it. So, montage time. Okay, so if you watched that montage, the more observant among you may have noticed a couple things. Like, one, I didn't plug the PRAM battery in. And that's because I have heard, and I'm not sure how true it is, but I have heard that sometimes having the PRAM battery in can cause your computer to not boot up properly. I don't want to take that chance, so we're just not going to have it plugged in for the time being. What I am definitely curious about, though, is if the things that I did helped at all. Let's see. Is this power a little more solid? Not if it's not plugged in, it's not. There we go. And, ooh, look at that. I'm getting it to stay on. This could be it, guys. I'm going to try powering it up. Let's see. Is there a chime? Ooh, I can feel it doing stuff. I feel the fan going. I can feel the hard drive spinning. I can hear the hard drive spinning. Nothing on the screen, though. That's not a good sign. He laughed nervously. I'm going to put my ear up to it real quick. Okay, yep, I can definitely hear it, but I don't see anything. Yep, caps lock doesn't change anything. Let me turn it off real quick. Okay, holding the power button doesn't turn it off. Oh, something happened on the screen when I messed with the power for a second. That's interesting. Okay. Well, I'm going to pop back in here real quick and try a couple things. Number one, I'm going to try plugging the PRAM battery in, because maybe, that's causing an issue. Like I said, it was a rumor that I heard, and it probably is only true of some models, and I have no idea if this one is one of the ones affected by that. And I'd say rather than taking the time to find out, we just plug it back in and hope for the best. Okay. Anything else we can do in here? I mean, other than make sure that's making good contact, which I believe it is. I think that's all we can do. I'm going to leave the keyboard off this time, so hopefully you guys can see the fan running. And, oh, okay, the screen flashed again. Oh, and the fan tried to spin up. But something happened. Okay, there we go. Huh. We got a chime! Oh, we got a chime. Yo! I got something on the screen! But it's so dark. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. I'm switching to my handheld. Oh my gosh. That out. That is booting right there. Or at least it's trying to. I'm gonna guess this is probably a... what's that called? Like a technical preview of OS X or something on here? Because it doesn't look like OS 9 loading. Which is more what I would expect to be on here. Oh, hold on. Ooh, that's clicking. That's clicking an awful lot. Yeah. Yeah, that's not good. I am curious if it actually will boot. It's trying. It's not the DVD drive, is it? There was something in the DVD drive. Uh-huh. Okay. We don't need a crappy DVD movie taking up room in our DVD drive. And yep, that's what was causing it to not launch. Yo, look! It's running an early OS X. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, and it logged me in straight away, too. Oh, geesh. I'm gonna have to cut this. Okay. Cutting back in. Seeing as this is labeled as Danielle's PowerBook and has no sign of this being an older person's laptop, I'm gonna guess this was a student's. Let's see if my RAM upgrade worked, though. Yep, 384 megabytes of RAM. OS 10. Yo, this is cool, though. Let's see what's in their iTunes library. See if there's anything cool in there. I love rifling through old iTunes libraries on computers, especially when people don't clear their hard drives like this. It's extra fun that way. Ooh, okay. We have a church playlist, which, yeah, I'm not terribly interested in that. Library. Ooh, 133 songs. What do we got here? Kelly Clarkson Party Shuffle. What? Oh, I see. I probably clicked in the wrong place. Ryan Shoup, Jack Johnson, Dixie Chicks. Lots of country on here. Not exactly digging that. You know, if country's your genre, that's cool, but it ain't my genre. Because I feel like being nosy, let's poke around in here a little more. Now, if, you know, something really personal comes up, I will censor it. Like, yeah, we're definitely not gonna... Oh, those are just the ones that come with it, okay. But fortunately, it seems like... Oops. Yeah, animals, flowers, fun, nature, sport. Okay. So, what are all these programs anyway? Medical surgical? Is this person in medical school, perhaps? I suppose that would make sense. And they made their dock way too big, too. Look at that. It keeps, like, jumping off screen. Seriously? Does it have to... There we go. That's more reasonable, I guess. Whoa, yeah, there's, like... pictures and assignments in here. Wow. Guys, this is actually kind of cool. I gotta say, I did not expect this to have as much as it did on here. Danielle. And they still have 3 gigs left on here, so that's not bad. Well, either rate, I'm going to be making a backup of this hard drive. And I might actually dual boot this installation with OS 9, if I can figure out how to do that. Huh. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I actually got the power jack to work again, which is awesome. I honestly wasn't sure if I was going to pull that one off or not. Let me change a few of the preferences here. Show percent. I like it to show that. Not that it will, since there's no battery in here. The other thing I want to know... Okay, version 10.2.8. Is that Cheetah? Is that what version 10.2 is? X 10.2. Jaguar. Okay. I've probably used this version once long in the past, but haven't in a long time. Either way, this is very cool. I'm definitely going to throw OS 9 on here later. I might make a separate video about that, but I think for now that we know it's working and we know it's got cool stuff on it, this will be the end of part 1, where I'm just, you know, like exploring this, and I'll make a part 2 video where I kind of go into the more software-y side of things and kind of discuss what my plans for the future of this machine are. So, yeah, until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.